Welcome to Bishop Legal News, where we review appellate and Supreme Court decisions that may affect the outcome of your own case. In the January 2013 case of Robb v. City of Seattle, the Washington Supreme Court decided to what extent Seattle police officers have to go to protect citizens from harm by known criminals. In this case, Seattle police officers stopped two men on suspicion of burglary, Samson Burr and Raymond Valencia. At the time of the stop, a neighbor reported that Raymond Valencia threw several shotgun shells to the ground, and the officers observed the shotgun shells on the ground nearby, but they didn't question the suspects about them or pick them up. The officers knew Samson Burr from previous encounters, and they were aware that he might be mentally disturbed and dangerous. After releasing Samson Burr, he returned to the scene of the stop, retrieved the shotgun shells, then used those shells to murder Michael Robb. The estate of Mr. Robb brought a wrongful death action against the city of Seattle, alleging that the police officers acted negligently by leaving shotgun shells lying around within easy reach of a young man known to be mentally disturbed and in possession of a shotgun. The officers were negligent by failing to take this affirmative act of picking up the shells. In response, the city contended that a special relationship did not exist between the city and Mr. Robb, and therefore it owed no duty to him. The trial court refused to dismiss the claim against the city, reasoning that there was enough evidence of affirmative negligence to create a question for the jury. The Court of Appeals affirmed, stating that by the officers taking control of the situation and then leaving the shotgun shells within easy reach of Samson Burr, a jury could find the officers liable for affirmative negligence. The Washington Supreme Court reversed and ordered the case against the city and two officers dismissed, while the High Court agreed that the city and its police can be held liable for the criminal act of a third person when affirmative acts of the police create a high risk of harm. The court held that in this case there was no affirmative act, only the failure to act by not picking up the shotgun shells. The Supreme Court said this makes all the difference because Samson Burr would have presented the same risk had the officers never stopped him, and the danger was unchanged by the officers' actions. This case is important because it sets limits on police liability for failure to act. There is already potential liability for many of the split-second decisions that police officers make. It could be too great a burden on the police to require them to foresee and take action to eliminate every danger they encounter. Legal news happens fast and can quickly affect the outcome of pending cases. Each case is unique, so this case does not necessarily indicate the outcome of your case. Feel free to check back here for future editions of Legal News. I am James Banks for Bishop Legal.